Okay, this is random. I was not anticipating being on a live stream tonight, but people all over the world need entertainment and they need people to talk to. We miss each other. We want to spend time with each other, and I am no exception. And so I'm on here randomly. I don't know if anybody's going to come join me or not. I am streaming this from my iPad right now, and I didn't make any announcement I was going to be doing this. I'm just, cooped up in the house and really wanting to talk to people. So, be cool if anybody hops on. I don't know if they will. I'll stay in here for a little bit and see if anybody shows up. But yeah, it's a weird setup here because I'm not using um, my computer and my nice stuff and all that. So, hey, Justin. Justin's here. All right, Justin. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Keeping safe out there. Um, all right, rock on, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can find a more stable place to put this. Because I'm up pad right now, which is not the ideal setup, but lighting's not great in this room either. So I'm gonna see if I can fix this a little bit, make this something a little bit better quality to watch, not make you guys all sick by watching it. Maybe that is that a thing? That looks like a thing. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work all right. Can you guys see and hear me okay? This is not a bad setup at a pinch. Don just got to work. Hey, I'm glad you still have work. That's fabulous. Um, Justin says was actually in the middle of trying to figure out the best way to record Xbox gameplay. I hear an Elgato card is a good way to do that. Um, so, um, yeah, a lot's been going on, as you guys all know. If you've been following my videos or um, my community updates or whatever, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, and also not a lot of stuff. Um, I am thankful right now that I still have a roof over my head, that my family and I are healthy, that we have food, um, and thanks to some extremely generous donations and purchases on my various sites and things, I'm going to be able to make it through this month okay. So kind of had the rug swept out from underneath me very suddenly. Everything canceled, nothing else picked up, and then uh, they extended the restaurant shut down just earlier today. So still don't know what's going to happen as we get further along, but I think this is good. I think that this video or this time in all the videos that have been coming out, this time in my life, and this chapter in my life is good to put down in video to look back on later, um, to remember to be grateful for the things that I have later, um, to know how bad it can get. So I think it's good for me and my own health and my future self to have this committed to a permanent format. But I also think it's good, hopefully, for anybody else who's looking at maybe eventually trying to become a magician for a living or something. Now, I'll say this is unprecedented. This is nothing that I know anybody alive has ever gone through before. And so, um, in that respect, we're kind of pioneering the path of what we're going to do and how we're going to handle it. And I've seen incredible strides and innovations and ways to work around things. I myself, very early on, decided that I was going to offer magic lessons online, of which I just did my first today, which was great. It went very well. Um, and I think that we're probably going to have some more follow up lessons, which is great. Um, but you see everybody trying to scramble and figure out what other skills they have and how they can make them digital. Somebody today asked me if I could do a digital magic show, if I could just perform a show that everybody could just tune in and watch. There would be a live show streamed over the internet. And I don't think I would have ever thought of trying to do that before, but there seems to be some interest in it, so maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'm trying to catch up on your guys' comments here. Let's see what we see. Justin says we are in and out of storms at the moment, so my connection is in and out. Okay. I'm not worried about getting the virus. I'm more worried about giving it to others. We do that a lot. We do a lot of stuff near older people. Don says getting laid off after tomorrow for the summer, but that happens every year. Well, at least it's coming. That's good. A lot of people without work that thought they were going to have work and had no reason to believe otherwise, and now they're out. So, but today's a celebration. It's a celebration of you guys. It's a celebration of the things that we still have. Remember to be grateful and have gratitude for the things that we still do have, and just some fellowship. So that's why I'm here tonight. You guys know what's going on with me. I don't need to tell you. So there's that. I am continuing my video series, of course. I'm not stopping that. If anything, I've got more time now to work on videos. So I traditionally film them on the weekends because my wife is not working during that time. Thankfully, she's still working right now. She had to take a pay cut to try to help out the hourly employees, so that's good. Good for the hourly employees. Puts us back a little bit more, but we all have to take care of each other right now. So I usually film videos late on Friday or Saturday nights, and then have them up and start working on them for the week or whatever, and then have them shut up. I have a video coming out tomorrow. I shot it a couple weeks ago before all this craziness. So that's coming out, and that should be fun. And it's just a goofy video, nothing too heavy or tough, but it should be a good. I think the tone is right, and I think it's a good video for tomorrow. Of course, I'll still be doing my live stream on Friday night at 10 p.m. CST because. Of course I am. Thing is you can't allow things to deflect you. If you have, and this is true for everything, especially if you're self-employed, you'll get all kinds of ups and downs and things that'll happen and crazy stuff that worldwide infectious disease that this is the first time this has ever happened to this scale in time I've been performing. I think in anybody that's alive recollection or experience. But yeah, things happen, markets change or you get sick or whatever, and you have to have a game plan or be very ready to flip a switch and go into innovation mode and figure out stuff. So that's, in some ways, it's been fun to figure out what to do, because you're like, okay, well, all my income's gone, what do I do? And you go, hey, maybe I could offer online magic lessons. And then people go, that's a great idea, let's do that. So you have to always be ready to innovate and change and be ready to just change what you're doing on a moment's notice and be smart about it. So Justin says, if you usually if you get laid off, you can try to work for a fast food or something. But since it's a virus thing, those things are closing too, and because it's an impact to the economy, they aren't. Yeah, well, and Justin, the other problem I've been running into, because I've been looking at, grocery stores, and there are some places where I could probably get some work, but the issue that I run into is twofold. The first one being, I was looking for something that's sitting right on the table. The issue is twofold. One, I have a certain level of income that I need to make to pay my bills. And none of the jobs that are being on offer right now that are still working can reach anywhere near what I need to make a month to cover my bills. And the other is that I also have a little boy and no child care for him, or not enough that where I could just go grab a full-time job somewhere. Being a magician really allows the lifestyle that we have here, where I don't have to worry about child care. I can spend time with my son. And I can make enough, well, generally and usually enough money that but that's all fine. But yeah, so it doesn't matter. I could go get a job for $20 an hour. It won't cover my bills. Um, you know, so there it is. What's up, man? How you doing? What's up? Hey, Elizabeth's here too. Rock on. I'm glad to see you guys are all here. I hope you're all doing well. Hope everybody's happy and healthy, and that your families are okay and doing all right. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I thought we needed a little bit of a fun time together. So much crazy stuff, and I can't turn off the news for more than 5 minutes without wanting to check it again and then hear something. Any other things are going to happen or whatever. So um, I had to turn it off for my own mental health, and this is important right now, guys. I think is that as much as our physical health that we're worrying about by social distancing and quarantine and making sure that we have the food and everything that we need, after we get like basic keep our bodies alive and healthy, you have to worry about your mental health, and you have to think about um, one of the things that it seems so obvious whenever you say it, but you don't really think about it until you do, until you start thinking about it, is human beings are social creatures. We need each other, um, absolutely need each other. And social media has tried to fill the gap where we do things like this, and it does an okay job, but there is no replacement for two people in the same room together breathing the same air. And this is a very high stress time. There's uncertainty abound. People are losing jobs. um, Economy's not doing well. um, there's a lot going on, a lot of stress, and if you just sit there and in your own mind too long, just looking at what new horrible thing is going on right now, you will go crazy. And so I thought this live stream, even though it's not my normal live stream time, I was like, well, I need to talk to other people. I think other people probably need to talk to each other. We need to have some kind of fellowship. And so that's what this is about. Mental health is extremely important. Keep your body alive and healthy. And then you got to worry about how to keep yourself entertained and happy. And so that's very important, especially with so much people spending time indoors right now. We're not getting any sunlight. It's a very stressful time, very stressful time. So we need to think about that. Um, Justin says the sky is still here, so that's good for now. uh, it says I'm an introverted social recluse. I got this. Hey man, that's awesome that you got that. But hey, uh, can't be entirely. You're still here. You're here on this live stream. You're commenting. We all need people to some extent, right? So here we are. Justin says, I want to know how we gamer YouTubers are doing. They're probably thriving at the moment, just online. Yeah, and this is the thing is that I've noticed that a lot of people are just starting to like vlog their day or go on and show a fun thing that they can do, or hey, here's a look at this. We're trying to have that community and that fellowship and togetherness, and entertain each other, because well, that's what people do. This is the digital campfire that we're all gathering around and spending time with each other. And it's great. In some ways it's beautiful and sad, but also beautiful. Um, just as my phone is acting up again, types whatever it wants. Okay, well, if I get some kind of weird errant thing, I think we'll forgive you. Um, Elizabeth Paul says, Alan, I posted something on my Instagram on my story. Hey, I'll have to take a look at that. The only thing I'm on right now is my iPad, and I don't have Instagram on my iPad. I only have my phone. That's in the other room, so I can't get that right now. But I will definitely take a look at that, Elizabeth. Speaking of which, we touched on it briefly, I think last live stream. But that trick that I did on my Instagram. You guys said you saw it, and I was curious to see your thoughts. Um, I thought that was really fun and just something goofy because I've never used TikTok before, and I was like, well, okay, this will be a thing. I don't know. I might spend more some time on TikTok in the near future. Justin says it seems that every magician has Instagram but me. Yeah, I don't know. I use Instagram. To be totally honest, right there are so many social media platforms and so many different ways to work them and everything. I'm starting to figure out YouTube. I'm starting to figure out the things that I can do on YouTube and how to do them. Um, Facebook, I mean, I've had since, and it's evolved and changed a lot over the years because whenever I had a Facebook, you had to have a college email address before you could join. It was originally just for college students to be able to connect with each other and share notes and stuff. And, I've had it since then, tells you how old I am. But I had that in college. And it's blossomed into this really rich and interesting platform. I organized all of my videos that I'm doing, all my magic lessons online. That was completely promoted for free. Just people saw it and shared it because they were wonderful. But that has made its way across a good part of the country um, because people shared it, and I was able to get a lot of advertising as a result of it. And then like a lot of the organizing and planning of the thing and communicating with the interested parties, and then the payment that all happened through Facebook. And so I have at least a working knowledge of how to use Facebook and how to get around there and how to use it. YouTube, starting to understand that, starting to learn how this whole thing works. But when it comes to Instagram or TikTok or Twitter, I don't have the foggiest. And I should probably learn, and I've got the time now. I could probably just sit here and dick around with them and learn how they work. But yeah, they're fascinating. Sorry if you guys can hear that bumpiness. I have my microphone on. I want to make sure you guys can hear me clearly. Yeah, but Instagram, the only thing I have Instagram for is really to share pictures of me performing. People were asking me, hey, do you have an Insta? Do you have an IG? Do you have an Instagram account? And I didn't. And so I started one so I could refer people to that, or we could share pictures. Somebody sent me a pic, or we took a picture together or something at a gig, or, whatever. We could have that moment in time together, and then, or I could say, hey, yeah, I've got a video of that on my Instagram, or you've got that on yours. And it just became a way to connect with people, and almost like a digital business card where we could interact on that level, and then they could go and look through my catalog and see all the places I work and kind of get a sense of the type of magic that I do, and have a way to easily contact me. And that's all I've used it for. I know there's a much deeper, richer ecosystem there that I need to learn, but let's see. Justin's doing the promotion of the Facebook fan page. Thank you. Says, I would get Teespring and Patreon links, but I'm on my phone. What if you don't have Facebook, Patreon? Use the yeah. So thank you, Justin. I'm just reading through the comments about the other ways to connect with me. Yeah, Facebook is a big one. Facebook at the Magic Minute Facebook fan page is a community that is growing and has some wonderful members on it, and it's a really great place to share your own content or your questions or memes or questions. In a much more richer and diverse format than you can do here as a subscriber on YouTube. So that's why I started that. I don't have an Instagram for the Magic Minute yet, or maybe I do. No, I do have it, but I don't update it enough, so much that I didn't even remember I had it. I do have it. I have one. I do have a Twitter account. Not posting a lot on there because I don't really understand the platform, and I think what I'm doing is I'm just posting out annoying stuff that doesn't fit. Because I'm trying to use Twitter almost like I use like a Facebook update thing, and it's not really the same thing. And so I need to really learn how to tweet correctly. But so I have that. I've been doing some connecting with Scam Nation and Brian Brushwood and a couple of other people on there, which is kind of fun. But let's see what else we got. Twitter blows. I'm going to use this time. I'm going to use this time to up my YouTube channels. I need to make better videos, and there's only one way to do that: practice. That and my magic needs practice. Yeah, this is a fabulous time to practice, guys. You got nothing but time. You're in the house all day. You got this is a break. This is a chance for you to really put the time in and the work in, and then whenever everything opens back up and you're around other people, just nail it. Just go hard. I'm still maintaining relationships with all of my event planners that I work with and companies that I work with, just checking in on them, seeing how they're doing. Not because I think it's some kind of, secret marketing ploy. I mean, it's nice to remind people you're around, but I'm doing it because I genuinely care about these people and know them and know their families, and you care. You start to worry about these people and think about them. So. It says he wishes his printer was working right now. I wonder why that is. So this is my sliding glass door to one of my patios. For some reason, I have two patios that are broken up, like a really tiny one with its own door and everything, and then a second patio. Like I think they try to use that as like, look at all this square footage you got in this apartment. And I'm like, it's not really that big. And they're like, but look, it has two patios. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It has like a patio and like a place to, like a square you can stand on. It's the stupidest thing ever. And they add that to the square footage. That's just, it's cheating. Our printer's possessed. It has a mind of its own. Heating bed broke. I'm working on making good products for magicians with all this time. Yeah, hey, I should probably bring that up. Cedric Lancy, he is a friend, an old friend from years and years ago. I knew him back at there was a magic shop in McKinney called Main Street Magic and Fun Company. I was part of the opening staff that did like a soft open, and I was in McKinney downtown square at the time, and I saw a sign. I was like, oh, a magic shop? Oh man, sweet. So I went and checked it out. I was with my sister at the time, and I went and talked to the owners. It was Chris and Jennifer, and asked them about if they had a opening, if they had any stuff going on, and they're like, well, sure, consider this your audition. And they let me behind the counter, and I picked up Rocky Raccoon and entertained the guests and did some card tricks and stuff, during the soft open, and they said, great, you got a job. And that's how I started working at the magic shop. And then years later, I stopped working at the magic shop, and I would still go in, still friends with Chris and Jennifer, would still, buy stuff from the shop. And Cedric was working the counter. And yeah, him and I, of course you're a friend, Cedric. What are you talking about? A friend I haven't heard from in a long time, but a friend. Yeah. So he was behind the counter, and he was the demo guy, and he would do the stuff. And I guess he found me again through, I don't know if it was YouTube or however we bumped back into each other, but he's been sending me all this cool stuff on Instagram that he's been working on. He does leather working. He was showing me some neat stuff he's working on, little pocket things, and taking some of my suggestions for some ways he could work these leather projects to make them more useful for magicians. Okay, yeah, Cedric says YouTube. So, him and I go way back, years and years. I miss that shop, Cedric. That shop is cool. You guys have never heard of it if you haven't lived in the North Dallas area. Like most of you do. But we had a shop called Main Street Magic and Fun Company. It was in downtown McKinney, in an old building. Like the building had to be like 100 some years old. Tin roof, hammer tin roof. or ceiling. Beautiful shop. Had an upstairs where we would do magic lessons and magic shows, of which I've got a couple. If you guys ever go back and watch my old videos where I'm sitting in front of my computer with my monitor on my side, up on the wall is a poster with a hand drawn drawing of my face, and that came from that magic shop when I would do or magic shows up there. Um, miss that a lot. Now there's like no real haven like that for anybody. Um, do that. Eugene Berger had given some kind of talk there before he passed away. He was at that shop. I was back whenever he went to visit Austin College. I was there for that lecture. Got to meet him. Super sweet guy. Just says, Alan, you didn't advertise this live stream at all, and you already have around 10 active viewers. Yeah, it's wild, man. I don't know how that works. You know, I'm so grateful that you guys are here, and I'm glad we're spending some time together. But yeah, I don't, just decided to go live. I don't know what my battery's doing on my battery's actually doing pretty great on my iPad. This might be a viable option in a pinch. You know, I don't know how the video quality looks. I'm sure it's not as good as, you know, my professional setup or whatever, but with having this microphone to get rid of all the echo in this room, and seems all right. Seems all right. Cedric Lancy says, my goal dream is to make custom products for each magician. You know, Cedric, you know, somebody you might I want to connect you with is a good friend of this channel is a Roth Games. Roth Games. They're also a leather worker, and they or he is been trying to work on some stuff and put some stuff together. It is great at 3D modeling and 3D printing, and I wish like we could like just get this whole community together of all these people who have these skills in these crafting trades, and get them together and just make some kind of really cool something. You know, we have a great friend of this channel, also Minnie, and she is a spectacular artist. She just beautiful artwork that I've seen her draw, and or seen examples of it and watched her draw, but beautiful examples of artwork. And like we have all these creative people with all these really great skills, and I'm just chewing it over in my head. How do we get all you guys together to collaborate on some kind of cool project? You know, I don't know what it is yet, but I know that there's something there to that, and that's going to come together at some point. I'm missing all you guys' comments. Let me check up. It says it looks and sounds good. Fabulous. Burn. What's up, Burn? Feel the burn. Glad you're here, man. YouTube didn't notify me until now that you were live. Yeah, I've got some thoughts about that. I'll comment on that in a moment. Justin says, name your favorite deck of cards that you own, both for beauty reasons and sentimental reasons. Mine is the first V3s by Chris Ramsey and the Artifice by Illusionist. Cool. Cedric is into leather. Yep, that would be awesome. Who can draw? Cedric, what kind of products again? I'll have to stream for 2 seconds to look at my decks. Yet I need artwork for my mobile game I'm making. I'm great at filming. Hey, Burn. Wall decks, holders, coin purses. Yeah, you know what? That's going to be a thing. You know what I'm going to do is on the Facebook fan page. I know not everybody's a member yet, everybody doesn't have Facebook, but if you do, you can still look at it even if you're not. I think you can comment as a guest. I don't know if that's true or not. I've had Facebook for 13 years, I guess. But I'll start a thing tonight. I'll put up a thing about, hey, who's our artists, or who's our leather workers, who's our 3D printers, who's everybody. Everybody can sound off, and we can start chatting about maybe putting something together, or helping each other out in some respect. So I think there's something cool there. I think there's something really cool there waiting to be checked out. This is gonna look dorky and look like Monk, but my thing is just popping open too much, and so I'm gonna do this button top thing to hold that tight. That's a little bit better. It's just hanging off too much. Yeah, we got some really really talented people here, so I'd like to get you guys together to help collaborate or work on something. It can be motivational support. Hey, definitely need that, man. We need the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders are important. Games aren't won without cheerleaders. I am. Here's a slamming noise. I think my kid's up. We'll see. We'll see if he comes out here. If he comes out here, forgive me. He's supposed to be going to bed. He's supposed to be in bed 2 hours ago, but he's just fighting me on it. There it is. All right, honey. I need you to be quiet, okay? I'm working, baby boy. Okay. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay, I'm not waiting, mommy. Don't say that.
Oh, okay.
Do math it. Math it. Me. Go work.
You guys hear this?
Yeah.
Okay, honey. Can you go lay back down, please?
I'm not waiting my mommy come.
Okay. Well, you need to be quiet while I'm doing this, okay, sweetheart? Okay. Love you.
Daddy and kids and I be quiet. That's okay.
Yeah, it's real life, you know. It's they can't do anything about it. Just he should be in bed. The daddy mind is going. He's gonna be cranky tomorrow. He's not gonna want to get up. He's a young boy. He needs to sleep. He does not need to be up right now. And I'm just trying to have some loving patience with him.
No,
Justin says you don't have IS and you don't have Facebook. We're both weird in the eyes of today's society. It's so awesome hearing your family. You're about to see my family. Family life is awesome. Reminds me of a certain
Look, I see myself.
Yes, you do see yourself. Okay. Can you say hi to everybody?
Hi.
You're already here. All right.
Let's see.
Okay.
Hi,
Let's
buddy.
Let's cover up your boy nipples before YouTube bans us, okay? There you go.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, everybody.
And then it was Quiddy Day. Go on. I got. Fail, Dad. Daddy's going to go with give me prize.
Oh, yeah? I'm going to get you a prize?
No.
No? Who's going to get you a prize?
Mommy Quiddy going to give me Phil.
Mommy Paletti?
toy.
Mommy Paletti?
Yeah,
You just call her Mommy, Everett.
Mommy Quiddy. That's it. Mommy Quiddy.
It's just Mommy. You don't have to call her Mommy Paletti. She's your mommy.
No, I
Okay.
think I met hotel.
So, you're supposed to be in bed, right?
Yeah. That come, I need this. Don't make me. So long.
Well, what do you want to say to the people out there? There's lots of people. What do you want to say to them?
Okay, there's a lot of people in outside.
There's a lot of people right there. I know it looks like just us because you're seeing this screen, but I'm talking to a bunch of people. We're both talking to a bunch of people. What do you want to say to them?
Look, it's two people.
See all these little things that come up? These are everybody saying hi. See?
Hi.
See? Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Cedric says hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. And the Eric.
Justin says hi.
Hi.
See? They're saying hi.
I'm saying hi, me and Daddy.
Burn Guru says hello. Hello.
I was talking to people.
Yeah, we're talking to lots of people. Yeah. Would you have any questions for him? Do you want to say anything to him?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Hey, this is not people. I what?
Yeah, those are all people talking to you.
That's people. I what?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
not people.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, people?
Hey, honey.
I'm going mad, minute
You
Daddy.
want to take it back?
Yeah, that's talking people. See? Mommy.
Thank you. Okay,
Come on,
Bubba.
go back to bed.
Go back with Mama. You were waiting on Mommy. She's coming.
Okay.
Say night night to everybody. Say night night.
Everett, come
Come on. Say
Night
night.
night.
Okay.
Night night.
Okay.
on. Give me your
Come on, Bubba.
Look, that fish I talk.
Good job.
Thank you, sweetie.
I'm so sad.
Love you guys. Good night.
Wait. I got my water.
Oh, okay. Give me your water.
I said this.
Well, there you go. That's if anybody here that you know was part of helping contribute or some of the kind words and stuff that I got from that Monday's video. That's what you're helping. You know. So thank you guys. The magic second, the magic minute. I like it. That's funny. He's a born YouTuber. And this is why we love you, Alan. If you make time to be dead, that is more important. It's hard to do. Yeah, it's you know, I'll be honest with you guys. You know, being in the work that I'm in and everything, it's sometimes I feel like I'm not there enough. You know, I have to remind myself that you know, I'm fortunate in the respect that I get to be at home with him every day before I have to go do a show or a gig or something. And so I know a lot of dads don't get that. They don't get to be there to eat breakfast with their kiddo and you know, play with them throughout the day and stuff between calls or emails or whatever. I'm in a very fortunate position, and I think I'm spoiled. I forget, you know, because it's my norm. And I think it's important to remember that I am very lucky that I get to spend so much time with him. So yeah, no, you got a little show, guys. That's my son Everett. He's a good boy. A little curious and very full of energy, but good boy. Well, we're introducing you to my family here. Let's introduce you to my cat, Schrodinger. You want to say hello to the people? You want to say hello to the people? Come here, sweetheart. Ooh, she does not like being picked up. This is my cat, Schrodinger. Hey, look at the peoples. Look at the peoples, kittens. Hi. Yeah, you're a good kitty. Okay. Alright, come on. I heard the internet loves cats. I was just trying to give them something. Alright. There you go. That's my good kitten. Okay. Yeah. Bern asked me what's the weirdest thing that ever happened to me during a show. I can tell you the most annoying thing that's ever happened to me at a show. Hey, Shorty. Yeah, I'm a cat person. I didn't think I was a cat person, and then we got a cat. And I'm a cat person. I always thought I was a dog person, and then my wife brought home this little one right here about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, turns out I really like cats. So, I got 2 of them. This is Schrodinger, and then over there sitting on the kitchen table, looking at me and wondering what the heck I'm doing talking to myself is Mister. And those are my 2 cats. There you go. The weirdest thing that I can tell you, the weirdest thing that ever happened to me in a show. The weirdest thing that ever happened to me in a show, or like the thing that I found it really annoying. Honestly, it was something that really upset me. Was that sometimes people can be extremely disrespectful when you're performing. I try to give people every benefit of the doubt, and I try to diffuse and keep the thing fun as much as possible. But there was this time where I was doing this show for a fundraiser. Mind you, I wasn't even paid to be there. I was doing a fundraiser. I was donating my time for I won't go into too many details here because you know, should anybody watch it, I don't want to embarrass anyone. It's happened so long ago. I don't want this to come back and bite him. But doing this program, and somebody took a card out, and then he decided to take that card and rub it all over the front of his pants in front of his you know whatever. And then he tried to hand the card back to me. I said, I don't want that. I said, what are you doing? It's like, do you make a habit of rubbing your genitals on other people's things? Do you have it's, what kind of sick person does that? And just dead eyeing, I'm like, what are you doing? I don't want that. Get out of my face. And I'm pretty sure he felt like a complete idiot, because he was. It's like, why would you do that? Like, this was a classy event too, and like that was like the most disrespectful thing I could think of. And I don't let people I'm polite and kind. Maybe sometimes I can forgive some things, but if somebody is outright being disrespectful intentionally, I call them out. I call them out on it. So that's the weirdest thing that's happened to me on a show, probably. Most of the time, most people are very good natured. They just let their curiosity come out before their good sense to reels them back in. They get so excited during the moment, and that childlike sense of wonder comes out, and they forget their manners sometimes, and that's okay. And you just understand that and move forward. But that guy in particular, and in some instances, some similar instances like that over the years, you got to put people in their place sometimes. It's like, I don't care who you are. That's not how we treat people or other people's things. So, yeah, that's story time. I want to catch up on all your stuff that you guys got going. Schrodinger, honey, I need you to get down from there. You can't be mommy's plant again. Remember, you're ruining mommy's plant. We have a very entitled female calico cat. Yeah, all cats are entitled. My cat's in her mating phase at the moment. It's kind of funny to see all the purrs she makes. Man, cats in heat. Ooh, that's a chore and a half. I don't envy you. Alan says, I have 3 cats. Their name, or Elizabeth says, Alan, I have 3 cats. Their name Joey, Peanut Butter, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last one right. Navin. That's awesome. Cats are awesome. I like cats. She's actually getting to be pretty old. I think 13. Yeah, Schrodinger's getting pretty old up there too. She's about that same age. We got her when she was already a couple years old, about 7 years ago. So yeah, Shorty's getting old. We call her Shorty for short. Schrodinger. We call her Shorty. And that's why cats are better than people. I don't know. I think I read this really great meme about people who are cat people and that liked cats, and forgetting garbage from dog people. And they made this really great point that it's like, well, no, a cat is their own entity. They have their own ways of showing affection, and it may not be the way that you are expecting to receive affection, but they do. It requires more emotional the argument was that it requires more emotional intelligence to be a cat person, because dog people, it's very easy to interpret what a dog feels and thinks and how they behave and how they show affection, where with a cat, they feel like they may be cold or uninterested or whatever, but they really do have a lot of emotion and do show a lot of love and affection. But you have to understand it on their terms, not on how you're expecting to receive love in return. And I think that's an important thing from a relationship standpoint too. You may have a certain way that you appreciate or feel affection, and that may be in the form of gifts, that might be in physical contact, that might be in gestures, but the other person may not feel the same way, or may not give attention or love the same way that you are expecting to receive it. And that's important to keep in mind and understand whenever and that's a good magic lesson too. It's understanding how different people, it all ties back into itself, right? The more you understand people, and you can understand how you think, and how you need to try to remove the ego and understand other people, and how they may operate, the better you're going to work with other people. There's a line of comments I'm not getting to. But cats eat their babies. Yeah, sometimes they do. You've never read a Moss proposal. A modest proposal. You guys know about that book? Leave a thumbs up. Byrne says, I once got attacked by a girl at school because I was holding the teacher's hand while doing a trick, and this girl jumped out at me out of jealousy. Wow. Wow. LOL, I have a reply for that, but not here. Ah, okay. Anyone else concerned about this new cat movie coming out? Like, is that going to be the cringy show? Yeah, I'm not going to watch it. I think they're probably going to make a Doctor Strange too. Elizabeth's going. Good night, Elizabeth. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. Byrne says, my cat got 3 different meow ringtones, one for food, one for cuddles, one for being trolly. Yep, mine too. Justin says, my car has a look about as bad as my mama's look. This probably mean cat. Yeah, cat. Okay. It's worse than death. Yeah. Yeah. Babies give you that same look. Babies give you this look like you're stupid all the time. You ever look at a baby and talk to them, and they'll just kind of like stare at you like you're like, what are you talking about? Yeah. My cat uses the same tone for food and mating. Both my cats are fixed, and so I've never heard their mating meow before, so I don't know what that sounds like. I love babies. Babies are great. Any baby is adorable. All those babies are the sweetest, most innocent of all of us, and I think what I love about babies and children is that they represent what I wish I could be again. They represent that pure simpleness and I mean all a baby cares about is being fed and being loved, and I mean at our core, isn't that what we all care about? But it gets layered on with all these other complexities and worries and what's a 1099, what's performers insurance, what's a driver's license, what's the all these things, and you just get bombarded, and as you get older and older, it seems like the complexity increases. I'm still me at my core. I think I'm pretty much the same person that I was in high school, except with more aches and pains when I wake up and a heck of a lot more responsibility. So thankfully it comes on a little bit at a time. It doesn't all hit you at once, because if I would have been hit with this at 16 or 17, I'd be like, what are you talking about? It'd be insurmountable. So yeah, life comes at you one day at a time, which is good. Well, oh, I'm gonna sit back for a second. I need this. Release that in the spine. Well, gentlemen and ladies, if you're here, I want to know, what are you guys all doing right now to keep yourselves busy? Are any of you working right now? Are you all, are you all home? Are you in school? Is that out right now? I'm kind of curious to see where everybody's at the moment, and see if what you guys are up to. I mean, you're here on my live stream, but that on a Tuesday night, or what night is it? It's Wednesday night. It's Wednesday night at 11 o'clock, so I imagine a lot of you guys can't be having to go to work early in the morning, so. I've been studying Japanese all day. I fly there in 10 days. All right. Hey, Did you get a cheaper rate on your flight? I hope you did. My wife was joking. She's like, we could fly round trip to London, like the two of us, for like $800. I'm like, yeah, I would. I wish we could do that right now. Can't even, you know. That's awesome. I'm excited for you to be going to Japan, and then I'll talk to you from Japan. And I had more trouble keeping male dogs out of my fence when my dog was in heat. My cat would not stay out of the window, tearing at my windows when she was in heat. That sounds terrible. It says I'm at home chillaxing. Justin, I'm at homeschool and worked ahead. I got done mid-January, living the life. I plan on getting a job next year, though. All right, okay. Brent says nope, but they forced me to change state for 1 to 3 days later. Ah, man. I wish you would have got some kind of discount on that, because I'm like, did you buy it like way in advance? Excuse me. I imagine if you were planning on moving there, you'd probably buy your ticket way in advance. So I'm sure they'll be happy to have some kind of person riding an airplane though. So that's good. I know that whole industry is slowing down too. Airplanes and hotels and cruises and all the things. I'm gonna move this here and talk like this because this looks more comfortable, and it is more comfortable. Versus was lucky they go for like 10. They go for like 10K. I paid for like 1,000. Oh, that's great, fabulous. Excuse me. You know, on a review of my last video with the mouth magic, you know, I expressed that everybody should be cautious and look at the CDC for information, but you know, I think I don't want to say I made light of, but I don't think that I realized how much more serious it would get and how many more industries would be impacted. Konnichiwa. Than it has. So kind of feels like, oh, I kind of miscalled that one a little bit. So I know Vanessa Hudgens is in trouble for saying some. Well, she said some pretty insensitive things, I think. But yeah, I just go back and look at it. I'm like, yeah, I probably could have called that a little bit better, or maybe just waited a little bit before. But I thought we were pretty much, you know, going to be seeing a pretty steep crawl or decline, but we have not seen that. So hopefully people take the words of the White House and the CDC and just stay at home as much as possible, not go out, you know, keep their hands clean and try to blunt this curve. There's an interesting thing I saw. I think it was on It's Okay to Be Smart YouTube channel where they were talking about like the tale of two cities where they had an outbreak of, I think it was Spanish flu in the two cities and how they responded to warnings about early cases and then what they did to respond. And there's like one curve you see like this and the other one's like this, and you know, the capacity of the hospitals to be able to take on that level of infection or whatever, and that if we have, even if the same number of people get infected, math guys, but same number of people get infected over a longer period of time, or the same number of people get infected over a longer period of time as the people that get infected, but in the same amount of people in a shorter amount of time, that because we have the ability to handle this kind of curve and this kind of maximum capacity in a hospital, means that we can save more lives than if the hospital system gets overrun and we have to start doing triage and people die as a result of not being able to be seen or get proper care. So I'm hoping people are listening to that. I saw a picture of a bunch of people on a beach in Florida, certainly not listening to what they were supposed to be doing. And yes, it's voluntary, but you know, it's voluntary right now, but I imagine I could see a scenario in the future where if people are not adhering to it, you know, hopefully not. I don't want to be alarmist or anything, but could see things like, you know, enforced quarantine where you're being forced by threat of violence to stay in your houses or whatever. And I hope it doesn't come to that, but I think if people continue not to listen or to we can't get enough of a control on it, I'm afraid that might be the next step that we go to instead of just self-quarantining. I hope that doesn't happen. That would be terrible. Yeah, the economy is taking a pretty big hit. Um, I'm hopeful that Don. I don't know if Don's here still, if he had to leave, but Don was telling me about, or he made me aware of the stimulus package that the government is trying to put together for the American people, because they're like, hey, nobody go to work, but still pay all your bills. You go, how do you do that? We're going to shut down major industries and force companies to lay off millions of people, but that rent you got coming up at the end of the month, yeah, pay that. How? So I'm hoping that this does something helpful, and will keep the American people in their homes and fed and without, because you don't want to create a situation where there's actual real shortage and everybody can't afford anything, because that becomes a bad situation and hurts a lot of people. And I don't want to see that happen. It says, does it mean or does it feel like more like a private Skype call? Oh, does it? Okay, great, cool. Well, I hope that's not a bad thing. I look like I'm about to hit the hay. Yeah, I'm tired. I've had a long day today. Trying to keep the kid entertained all day, which is very tough. And then of course I had my first ever magic Skype call, which was actually pretty cool. I got to tell you guys about that because I really enjoyed that. I've never taught magic through Skype before. I figured, it really wouldn't make a difference if I was in person or on a Skype call, and it didn't. I was able to. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. It was actually really cool. I was able to really work through the things and have person show their hand and then demonstrate it for them and show them where to hold and all these kinds of things, and it worked out really really well, and it was easy. Yeah, it was easy to do, and of course because I have all this YouTube equipment, I had a great microphone. I had my webcam that I do my live streams from. I had all the things set up to give a nice quality experience for everybody, and it was just it was pleasant. It was very nice. So I think if after this is all over, we might just keep doing it, especially if it's just a Skype call. If I have to hop on for an hour or something and give a lesson or something, I can do that from my phone. I can do that from my tablet. I can do that from my computer. I can do that anywhere in the world, and I can give lessons to anybody else anywhere else in the world, as long as we speak the same language. So I think that might be something I continue to do after this is all over. But thankfully, it's starting to bring a little bit of money into the house. Not nearly the amounts that I need, but maybe the stimulus package will help out a little bit. You guys all went to bat for me and helped me out a lot and helped me get through the rest of this month. I would not have been able to get through this month without the support of my fans, and I'm very grateful to all of you for that. And I'm also going to be making a special thank you video, in the next week or so, making sure I'm recognizing everybody who's gone above and beyond to help out. So be aware that that's going to be coming. Keeping a little boy entertained is very difficult. He's got so much energy, you would not believe, Justin. He's got He's practically vibrating with energy. I don't know where he gets it, and he does not slow down or stop. And he also has this listening problem. Where I'll tell him, "Hey, man, put that down. Don't touch that. Stop hitting the wall. Stop kicking the chest. Stop doing whatever, and just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Just like, dude, stop. I gotta give him the dad look. You know. I'm sure a lot of you know the dad look. Had to start doing that, and he'll stop. He's like, "Oh no, it's about to get bad. I should probably stop." I am enjoying being with my family. I was hoping. My wife is actually having to work more right now because she's helping support all she works for a company, and they're all for a restaurant. They're all converting to delivery and pickup only, and so she's been driving around the North Dallas area, trying to help all these people set up their stuff and really do a radical change to how they're doing business for the foreseeable future. And she's been integral in making that happen. And she's been working a lot of extra hours and having to do more work when she gets home. And she's also covering for 2 other people who are off, and she's having a hard time. And I'm trying to make her life as easy as possible. But yeah, it's a tough situation. We're all really stressed, and I just have to try to keep the morale up. Let's see. I'm trying to go back to your comments. You guys type so fast. Justin asks, was the Skype thing about a certain aspects of magic, or basically a free-for-all? No. Justin, you may not know this, but I used to actually teach magic lessons as part of my offerings as a magician. I used to teach summer camps to children, where I was with them for like 6 or 8 weeks or something like that, every day for like 3 hours a day, and I had to teach them magic. And at the end of it, we had a magic show where each of the kids would choose one of the effects that they learned and I would have to organize no overlap. And then we would do a presentation for all of their parents. I got a photo of me posing with some of the kids for one of the camps. I did that through the magic shop as well. So I used to do that, and then I also used to teach private lessons in my home. Parents would drop off their kids, and I would teach lessons. Also taught lessons to several adults over the years. Go to like a Waffle House or some kind of breakfast place or 24-hour place, and meet with people and talk to them about, well, usually with adults you'd either show them more, you show them different things, or you talk more about the philosophy of magic or whatever. But now tonight's call was for teaching an adult, somebody I've had business dealings with in the past, who is an entertainer, wanted to add magic to their skill set, and said, "Hey, I want to take your lessons." And we talked about, well, they were going from zero, so I said, "Hey, get a pack of cards and get like 4 quarters, and meet me on the stream or meet me on Skype." And we just I took them from not knowing anything about card magic or anything to giving them a kind of a primer of some basic concepts, showed them a couple of techniques and some tricks that they could do with all the techniques that they learned. And so that's what I did. And it really depends. I had to figure out on a case by case basis. Sometimes when kids or adults are coming to ask for magic lessons, they're coming from different parts, right? Sometimes they already know all that stuff. And so you have to understand where they are in their magic journey and what they need to learn or what they're wanting to learn next, and be ready to meet them. In this case, it was from square one. But somebody else might be like, well, they already know some magic. Okay, well, great. Well, what can we work on? Maybe I can show you some new effects. Maybe I can teach you on how to polish some of that up. It really depends. So, yeah, this was not a free for all. It was organized. Burton says kids grow too fast and it's easy to miss many cool things about their growth, so just enjoy it for now, aside from the struggling going on currently. Not wrong, Burn. I've been really, I both enjoy and lament him growing up. His third birthday's coming up at the end of this month. And I know he's really excited for it. He's been waiting for it for a long time. We had this big elaborate thing planned, which we're not going to be able to do anymore. We're going to have to totally change this, and this is going to be a much more subdued birthday than he's had in previous years. He's all excited, and it saddens me that I can't change the situation for him to give him what I'd like to give him. But we have to do what we have to do, And he's 3, and he won't remember this birthday, or this might be the first birthday he remembers. But he's going to be surrounded by people who love him, and we're gonna have fun, So do what I can. We were supposed to have hot dogs and go to the park and do all these things, and neither of those things are happening. The parks are closed, and everywhere sold out of hot dogs and hot dog buns. So I think we're pivoting, and we're going to do a potluck now, where everybody brings something that they got in their stores of food, because we've only got so much food, and there's only so much food on shelves right now. So I think that's what we're going to pivot to, and everybody brings just one thing, and we all share, and probably do it at my house. And we'll also cut the guest list down to just immediate family, to try to keep the group size under a certain amount, and to limit exposure. In previous years, we've had a lot of my friends and mentors and stuff have come, but they're in a very high risk group right now, so they're not a wise thing that they come out here and do that. So having to pivot. I'm sorry, I'm reading back through all your comments. I get so many. It says message redacted. I might be passing through. We'll have a magic minute party after this all blows over. Yeah, we will. Yeah, I imagine that the TAOM is still going to go on and go strong. So if you guys can make it to TAOM, I understand that we're going to be coming out of a lot of financial hardship for a lot of people, and travel to Texas, and it may not be high on your priority list. But if you want to come out here, I'm gonna have a blast, and hope you're here with me. I'd also like to eventually start some kind of my own convention or something whenever this is large enough to support that. If there's enough interest, I'd like to have my own kind of meeting or convention or something. Bert says, oh, there's a video on YouTube, The Power of Words. Really cool, and gives a few examples about how the things you say and the way that you say them influence a kid. Looks like someone's looking in your window. There's nobody looking at my window. Ren says, well, that's a shame. But if you could stay there for 1 or 2 days, I could go visit you. Huh? I'm going to stay there for a year with the goal of finding work, a working visa sponsor. Well, I hope that works out for you, Burton. That's going to be, I think it will. I think it will. I'm reading through all these comments. Jeez, Burn. Jeez. Tisk. Just as I got into magic because I saw how simple it was to create such a wonderful impact on the spectator. Give someone a smile. Yeah, that's what we do, man. That's our whole job. That's what we do. We make people smile. It's a very important job, and I think a lot of people like to try to diminish that, but we have to give people. You have to help them smile, especially in dark times like this. You gotta make people smile. Don's back. Hey, Don. Yeah, they get good food in Japan. Bring toilet paper. Best birthday present at the moment. I've got toilet paper. I don't know what the big deal is. Like can we talk about the toilet paper thing for a minute, because I think this is an important thing, and this is something that, magician, critical thinking, take a look at it and really think about what's going on here. What the heck is with the toilet paper thing? That's so to me it's pardon the pun, it's asinine. You can't eat toilet paper, but push comes to shove, just use a sock, a rag, your hand, take a shower. If it really comes down to it, there are lots of other ways to clean your butt. I don't know why there's such a thing about toilet paper. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's the like, I don't know. I love the whole thing, and I like watching the ridiculousness of it, and people going, "We don't have any toilet paper." It's like, that's the least of your concerns, guys. Like, really, there's lots of ways to handle that. Maybe they're not things that are pleasant or normal for you, but there are plenty of ways to handle that. What you should be worrying about is, food. I don't understand it. I think it's hilarious. I saw this great meme that I don't know if you guys have seen this yet in your own feeds or social media or whatever, but it was a meme that had like a picture of a toilet. It was like an assembly line for like a manufacturing of toilet paper, and they were like, and there was like a headline, a news headline. It looked like it was clipped from the news, and it said, "Breaking update: COVID-19 found in to breed in toilet paper." I was like, that's hilarious. everybody's grabbing up toilet paper and trying to get it in their house as fast as possible, only to find out that, of course, it's not true. But it was just funny, the idea that everybody would go after all of this and then find out that didn't protect them, but actually put them in a worse spot. The toilet paper thing's hilarious. Yeah, Vern, I've actually got a trick that I would like to do with some toilet paper for some kind of TikTok or something, and I think that would be especially funny right now. I know some of my other magician friends have come out with some magic tricks addressing this whole thing, and I think that'd be funny to do a toilet paper magic trick, and I have a good one, and I have a really good one. So I think maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll spend some time tomorrow putting that together. Man. Wow. You guys can see I'm a little rough. I haven't shaved my head in a couple of days. My beard's growing crazy. Who do I have to look pretty for? So I'm starting to feel a little bit like an animal though. So maybe I'll clean myself up tomorrow. Mm. Oh boy. So, gentlemen and ladies, if you are also here, I think, given that we have been going, well, that's a hard question to answer, Justin. I don't know. What do you think my favorite color is? It would certainly appear so, wouldn't it? red is not in fact my favorite color. I like red. Red's a fine color. It's not my favorite. I like it. I like it from a branding standpoint for the Magic Minute, but not my favorite color. I'll tell you what. Before anybody else types anything, pause for a second, okay? Let's pause for a second. We have 6 people on here right now watching this. The first person to correctly guess my favorite color, not until I say go, but the first person to correctly guess my favorite color, after I say go, I'll send a thing to. I'll send a DVD to, a Magic DVD, an instructional DVD. I haven't said go yet. Simon says, right? It has to be a real color, and whoever guesses it first after I guess, or after I say go, I'll send you a DVD. It may take a minute. I don't know what the postal situation is right now. I know that there's some problems with throughput and everything, and you may not get it for a while, so I might have to wait a minute. But I'll send you a magical instructional DVD. And go. I'm watching the comments. Justin got it. My favorite color is green. Thank you for playing. Congratulations, Justin. I'll send you a Magic DVD as soon as I'm able to, okay? Green is my favorite color. Yep. The phone and the computer are not synced. There's a huge delay. It was rigged, I tell you. It was rigged. Yeah, green is my favorite color. I really like green. I like a specific color of green. In fact, I'll show it to you. Because I can. Woo. This is my favorite color. Okay. This is my favorite color, green, right here. I think it's beautiful. It's very relaxing. I like it. Well, guys, delaying the inevitable, but I do have to get going. It's getting late at night, and I've got to turn this guy off. So, if for no other reason, the battery's going to die. So, I promise it wasn't rigged. A fair contest. Just pulled it out of my booty just now. Justin got it first. Gotta be fair. Gonna get going. I will talk to you guys soon. Make sure you tune into my video tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a like and a comment and all that kind of good stuff. And then I'll see you guys here on Friday at 10 p.m. CST for our live stream, our normally scheduled live stream. Thank you guys very much. I will see you all very, very soon. And I'm going to awkwardly figure out how to end this live stream on my iPad because I have no idea how to do that. I think it's like this. Yes. Good night, guys.